Hello, this is Akiko Sedano at StampinInTheMeadows.com in Downingtown, Pennsylvania. And thank you so much for joining us. And welcome to World Card Making Day. The Inkin crew ladies have done such a great job of setting things up for you, and I hope you're having a good time and enjoying all the beautiful projects that everybody's been presenting. I'm going to make a fun fold card, and it's a simple fun fold card, and I'm using the textured floral bundle. This is a stamp set with pretty flowers and coordinating dies, and I'm also using the new Garden Walk Designer Series paper. And I've already got a lot of my paper pieces cut here, so I'm going to put those aside, starting with a card base, and I've got a Calypso Coral card base, and it's cut at your standard A2 size. That's set at 4 1/4 by 11 wide. And what I'm going to do is I am going to start by taking this, and I've got my paper trimmer here, and I'm going to first score this at 5 1/2 because that's where, let me see here, there we go, 5 1/2. And I'm going to score it in the middle here. And then I'm going to pull this over, and I'm going to cut the at 2 3/4. So there we've got that, 2 3/4. Move my scoring blade over and just cut this off. So I've got basically my card base here, and then this is going to be the front flap, and then I've cut that, basically cut the front flap in half here. Let me get my bone folder. And I'm going to score my crease here like that. So there, this is good, and this is done. So this is going to be my card base. So I've got my panels of, this will be the inside panel, and I've got my panels of the Garden Walk Designer Series paper. First thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take the, and I've cut a panel that's 4 inches by 5 1/4, so it's just a little, it's just a 1/4 inch smaller than this portion of the folded card. And then this one is cut at, let's see here, this is cut at 2 1/2 by 4. So I'm going, and what I've done was I've carefully laid this out so that these will, this matches, this, the top panel matches the bottom panel. You don't have to do that, and I think it'll be pretty either way. But if you're really kind of obsessive about things, then that's something that you might want to consider doing. And I'm going to just adhere these panels to the card base with liquid glue here. And that's the, yeah, okay. And just leave a little bit of a border here. Make sure that it's, oops, that looks centered. That looks even. Oops. Yeah, looks okay. There we go. So adhere that down, press that down good. All right. Now, then what I'll do is I will adhere this one to the front there, just like that. And I'll do this also with liquid glue. And that's the same. I mean, I took the time to cut these so that they're even, so I want to take a little bit of extra time to make sure that that I don't put it on upside down. There. So this is good. All right, so the next thing that I think I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do this a little bit backwards. I'm going to work on the inside first. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp this bouquet image from the textured floral. And this bouquet image consists of this stamp and then this stamp with the leaves. And I'm going to get a sheet of scratch paper here because I'm going to stamp this a little bit off, and I'm going to, here's the floral image, and then here's the leaf image, and I'm going to stamp this in Calypso Coral and Garden Green because that goes with the flowers in my designer series paper here. So the first thing I'm going to do is stamp, ink up the flower image, and I'm going to ink this up a little bit more, get nice and juicy, and just stamp it in the corner here. Just like that. Okay, and then I'm going to stamp the stems in Garden Green. And okay, it's still right there. Oops, there we go. I really just care about the part of the, this is kind of hard. I think that one goes there and that one goes there. It's kind of hard to line up, especially when I've done that, but I think that it's really kind of forgiving, and it will be, it'll look good there. See, so I've got, so the stems are kind of lined up all right. So that's good. Put my inky stamps over to the side here. So this is my my inside panel, and I'm going to go ahead and adhere this to another 2 3/4 by 4 and a 2 3/4 by 4 panel of Calypso Coral, and I'm going to put this on with Stampin' Seal since this is going to be my inside panel. It's okay. There we go. Just want to make sure it's kind of lined up even. This looks a little, there we go. Okay, that looks good. Turn that over. All right, and then I'll take this one and adhere this to the inside of the card and kind of center it on the middle. And this is going to be the front of my card. So just kind of center this in the middle here. This can come over. Is that? Like that. I think that's okay. Oops, no, that's bad. There. All right. So then this guy is going to be adhered right over it, and I'm going to just add glue to this, which is, yeah, I'm just going to add glue to this half of it so that it stays on there, and I'll just put this right here, put it right there so that I can see this. This is no, I'm sorry, the length of the Calypso Coral panels is 4 1/4. So just put it over here, ink that, and then I want to put this one on top of this just so that it covers that panel. There. There we go. Now I have another panel that's the back of this, the same designer series paper, and I'm going to put that right in the center there, and I'm going to do this with liquid glue. This one is the same size as the inside panel here, and the same size as this one. Okay, so now my card base is done, and I just need to decorate it. So the first thing that I've done, and I've already die cut these, I've cut some of the greenery from the textured floral dies, and I'll show you which ones I cut. Let me move this extra. Oops, here we go. Here are my dies. So I've cut this die from Garden Green, and I'll have all of the measurements for the cardstock cuts in my blog for Monday, just in case I misstate something, and I probably did that. And then I cut this one out of Lost Lagoon. So I've already pre-cut those, and I'm going to adhere those with, I think I'm going to do that with liquid glue, and just decorate the front of my card here. Let's see, I'll put, not liquid glue, I'm going to use glue dots for this guy. There's so much movement in this die cut. It's just so pretty, I love it. Okay. And I want this kind of to frame the side here, and it's okay if it goes off the panel. It'll be fine. There we go. Just like that. And then this guy, I think we've got a couple spaces where we can put, it's actually, you know what I think I'm going to do? Going to, sometimes these glue dots are just a little bit big, and instead of folding them, what I want to do is I just want to cut it in half real quick, boom, like that. And then I've got just a little bit smaller, and I think that the skinnier ones will fit my this leaf spray a little bit better. So I'll just take the glue dot and find as fat a spot as I can find. This looks good. Put it down. Carefully lift it off so that the glue dot's right there, and just kind of tuck it back on the die cut. Let's see. There we go. Get my tweezer and tuck this other one back so that I've got the I don't know if if you can see, but I've got the glue dot basically focused on this little section right here. Get the other one and stick it right here, where that's a little bit wider. Squinch it down. You want to be very, very careful because if you don't, as you go to pull the backing off of the glue dot, you don't want to pull it, rip your die cut. So, okay, and then this one is right here. So I think that's good. And so I'll take this one, and I want this die cut to kind of go across the side here, to kind of, so that it covers up more of the panel over here. All right, so now I've got the die cuts done, adhered to the panel. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp the same image that I did for the inside of the card in Calypso Coral and Garden Green. And I'm going to stamp it on this little white panel. And then there's a coordinating die to cut that out. Here it is. So I will cut it out with that coordinating die. Ink up the stamp. And I do the flowers first. And then ink up the stems in Garden Green. Put these on. Actually, I think that's a little bit better. That's good. There. That one came out pretty good. And then I'm going to take this over to my die cutting machine, and I will cut that out, and I'll be right back. Here we go. Now when I cut this, since I've got two different stamps, what I tried to do was and it ends up being a little bit, you don't always stamp it the same both times, even though it looks fine. But what you want to do is you want to line the die up with the flower outline instead of, like, for example, right here. If you notice, I've got a lot of white space between the green stem there and the die. I could have twisted it like this, but I prefer to just line it up with the flower stamps, and then the stems are going to be a little bit off. I think that this is going to be okay anyway. But what I'll do here is I will find my dimensionals, and I will, here we are, pop this on the card front with dimensionals. Here's my little half dimensionals. There we go. Pull off the covers. Sorry, I'm off the camera here. Yeah, I've got all the covers here. And I'll use this, and I'll just hear this right there like that. There we go. All right. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and stamp my sentiment, and I am using the With a Grateful Heart sentiment from the Textured Floral stamp set, and I'm using Lost Lagoon ink. And here I've got my old school Lost Lagoon ink pad, and ink that up. Give myself a test. There we go. And I'm going to cut my sentiment out with the long skinny die from the Stylish Shapes dies. There we go. I'm going to close this ink pad up, and I'm going to cut this out, and I will be right back. There we go. Move this over out of the way. Bring my card down, and I will adhere this to the card front with some more of my trusty half dimensionals. Let's see here. Here we go. So this fun fold is a pretty easy fun fold, but then you end up with something that's just a little bit more different than a normal card. So I like it, and I will just put this down here. Just want to make sure it's kind of straight. There we go. So it's just a little different. Now I'm going to take some of this pretty Lost Lagoon ribbon, and I'm going to just, let's see here, I just want to tie a knot in it. Just tie it. You can make a bow, but I'm just going to tie it in a knot. I think that's nice and simple. And trim the ends, give it a nice. This is a little short. So I don't know, maybe that doesn't matter. Let's see. Like that little triangle in the knot there. I'm gonna leave it. I think that's gonna be fine. Put this away and adhere this with a glue dot. Stick one on the back here. And then just stick it on the bottom right here. There. That works out fine. Yeah, that's good. All right. So then the last thing that I'm going to do is, of course, you need embellishments. And so I've got these are the iridescent pastel gems. And this is great because it's in Lost Lagoon and Calypso Coral and then the white. But we'll just add some Calypso Coral. Just a little. I use the big ones. I think that's fine. I'll put another big one up here. And then I'll put another one. You know what? No, I'm not going to do it there. I'm going to put another one down here. Right here. This is, no, up here. Here, leave it right here. No, maybe here. No, here. I'll leave it right here. First I was thinking putting it down there, but then I think that if you put it down here, it would interfere as you're writing on the inside of the card. So I think you want to keep it here, but then you could put it up on the top here somewhere, but I already put it up there, so I think that's not a good idea. But here's my card. And thank you so much for joining us. I hope you like this card. I hope you consider making one like this. And it's a simple fun fold, but it makes an additional statement that you get with any fun fold card. Thank you so much for joining us, and I hope you have a great. I hope you got a lot of great ideas and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you. Bye-bye.